In the summer of 1518, in the streets of Strasbourg, something almost unbelievable happened. Imagine more than 400 people suddenly struck by an uncontrollable urge to dance, moving endlessly, as if possessed by a force beyond their will. They danced until they collapsed from exhaustion. Some even danced themselves to death. This was no festival, no celebration, but a terrifying mystery that history would later call the dancing plague. Picture the scene. Men and women swaying violently in the town squares, dripping with sweat, their bodies trembling, collapsing to the ground, only to rise again, driven by something no one could see or explain. The church claimed it was divine punishment, physicians spoke of hot blood or unknown illnesses, and the townspeople watched in horror as their neighbors turned into unwilling performers of a deadly dance. But the question that still echoes through time is, why did this happen? Why would hundreds of people dance without control, as if their very minds had been hijacked? Some historians and scientists suggest it was ergot poisoning, a toxic fungus that grows on damp rye, capable of inducing hallucinations similar to LSD. This could explain the convulsions, the trance-like states, and the uncontrollable movements. Others argue it was mass hysteria, born from unbearable stress. Europe at the time was drowning in famine, disease, and poverty. The people of Strasbourg were desperate, and perhaps the plague of dancing was not a disease of the body, but of the mind, a desperate, unconscious release of fear, sorrow, and despair. Still, some believe it was a terrifying mix of both, poison bread-feeding hallucinations and mass psychological stress fueling the wildfire. What makes it even stranger is that this was not the only outbreak. Similar dancing frenzies occurred in other parts of Europe, though the Strasbourg epidemic remains the most infamous. And yet, even after centuries of study, the true cause remains shrouded in mystery. The dancing plague was not just a bizarre event, it was a mirror reflecting the fragility of human beings under immense pressure, showing how fear, belief, and environment can push us to behaviors that defy logic. In the end, the dancing plague forces us to ask, how much control do we really have over our own bodies and minds? And when society is pushed to its breaking point, could something like this happen again? So, what do you think? Was it poisoned bread, collective madness, or something even stranger that we still don't understand? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you love mysteries like this one, don't miss our next video on another historical enigma that might just change the way you look at the past forever.